So the first thing I'm doing is always prepping the eye area, and today I'm using this eyeshadow primer from Zoeva. It's a mattifying primer, so I don't need to set it with powder, and it's just going to prevent the oils that our eyes naturally produce from breaking down the shadows throughout the day. Next then, I'm taking the Smoky eyeshadow palette, also from Zoeva, and this is the first time that I've ever used their shadows. They're relatively inexpensive and the quality is superb. I was really impressed. You've got everything you need in this palette to create a nice sultry smoky eye. I started out by taking the cool toned kind of mauvey grey eyeshadow, and I'm using this in the crease as my transition shade. Just placing the brush in the crease and using big circular motions to fade it out. Now I'm squishing the bristles of my blending brush down so that I can get right into the lower lash line and apply the shadow there. You don't need lots of detail brushes, there's ways around that. Then I'm sweeping around the edges with the bristles splayed out just to fade the edges. Next then I'm taking this deep purple shade, and honestly this look is so simple, there's really very few steps. I've dipped my fluffy brush into the shadow and now I'm using patting motions to press the shadow onto the lid and then sweeping motions to fade it out. And like I've said before, it's all about layering. You aren't going to have perfect eyeshadow intensity and a perfect blend on first application. It's one or the other, and that's why we apply, blend, and then with blending you lose some of the intensity, so that's why we add a little bit more shadow and blend again. So if you want to add some detail with your fluffy brush, but squishing it is an option, whether, I don't know, your nails are just kind of long like mine and you don't want to poke your eye out, you can use a little bobble to tailor the bristles to a point, and it's basically like a pencil brush then. So I've smoked some of the purple under the lash line and I'm using the fluffy blending brush to fade out the edges. Now I'm using the black in the palette and I'm sweeping this kind of mainly across the upper lash line. I'm not really going into the crease. I don't need to really because of how the two shades that we applied previously are fading out. I want the shadow deepest at the lash line and then gradually fade out to nothing the closer to the brow bone that we get. Then I'm popping my bobble back on the brush and I'm applying that black all the way along the lower lash line. Next then, I'm lining my waterline, both upper and lower. I don't want any fleshy tones peeking through. I want this look to be really dark and smoky. Then I just decided that I would go back in and add some finishing touches. I decided I wanted to add an extra layer of black just to make sure that it really packed a punch. And then it's up to you whether that you apply some lashes or not. When I'm doing a look this dark, I always like to add some lashes because I feel my own ones get a little bit lost. I have a full in-depth tutorial on how to apply lashes for beginners and I'll link that below. But then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll catch you soon.